Hey people, today we're going to be reading Chapter 9 of I Survived the Bombings of Pearl Harbor in 1941 by Lauren Tarshis. As Danny hurried past his house, he barely recognized his new neighborhood. Cars sped by. People were running through the streets, shouting. A truck rambled past with a man hanging out of the passenger window. He was yelling through a bullhorn. "All military personnel, report to your posts. We are under attack. We are under attack. This is not a drill. America is under attack by Japan." Military men were rushing out of their front doors, buttoning their uniform shirts as they ran, calling out goodbyes to their wives and children. "Take the kids up to the cane fields," one yelled. "Hide if you have to. I'll find you when this is over." Some of the ladies stood in their doorways and cried. Danny ran across the street, to the beach, and through a curtain of smoke across the harbor. Danny could see planes pummeling the battleships, flying low, firing their guns and circling back for another attack. The noises pounded in Danny's ears. Boom, 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 boom. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. Keep-pow! Sound effects in the book. Where was Ma? Was she safe in the hospital? Or were the Japanese trying to blow her up too? How would he get to her? Tears came into Danny's eyes. And then suddenly something appeared through the smoke. One of the planes had peeled away and was heading his way. Danny didn't expect it to loop around and head back into the harbor. Danny expected it to loop around and head back into the harbor, but it was coming towards the beach, straight for Danny. Danny stood there, frozen by fear. He watched as the plane get closer and closer, till he could see the pilot. The man looked very young. He had a white rag tied around his head. He wore goggles. His plane had big red circles on both sides. Danny remembered Mrs. Mills' classroom. She had a picture of flags all around the world, lined up. Japan's was a white flag with a red ball in the middle. The red ball was supposed to be the rising sun, Mrs. Mills said. But now all Danny could think of was a ball of fire. There was a terrible roaring sound. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Sand flew up all around Danny. Machine gun fire. Why was the pilot shooting at Danny? Danny ran across the sand, but there was nowhere to hide. The roar of the plane got louder as Danny ran. Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Behind him there was an explosion, so enormous that the ground beneath Danny seemed to rise up. His head smashed against the sand, and then he couldn't see anything at all.